And we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance, and you have to wait for Mark to get everybody muted but me and get the flag up, and then I'll start. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I see the Reverend Harshberger is here. It's nice to see you this evening, Reverend. Need to take you off of mute.
Mute. Okay.
Okay, you're good. Thank you.
Okay. Everybody bow their heads in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Our Heavenly Father, I thank you for this meeting that our city's going to conduct. And I thank you for the people that's there, that you're keeping us all healthy, Lord God, that we get over this epidemic that we're going through, and that things will get better. We'll get back to a norm. And the things that the city has to do, our fire department and our police department, it just adds extra work onto everybody this way. And I want to thank everybody in the city for what they're doing. They're still trying, keeping things working in the proper way to run a city. And we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Reverend.
Okay. You know how you sit there.
Does he have to sit for their whole meeting?
No.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Okay, thank you.
Mike, if you'll take roll call.
Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, Councilman Blevin.
Here.
Councilman Schlack.
Present.
Councilman Valeris.
Here.
Councilwoman Syke.
Here.
Councilman Lloyd.
Here.
Pro Tem Lally.
Here.
Treasurer Armstrong.
I believe she's excused. Is that right, Mayor?
Okay. And Mayor McLeod.
Here.
We have a quorum, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. We come to organizational business. Oh, I'm sorry. Jumping way ahead here. Can I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Motion Blevins.
Motion by Blevins,
Second.
second by Lally. Any questions or corrections? If not, Mike, take the roll call, please.
All right, I've got a motion to approve the agenda as presented for December 8th, 2020. Motion by Blevins, supported by Lally. Shall this resolution pass? Councilman Blevins.
Yes.
Councilman Lally.
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd.
Yes.
Mayor McLeod.
Yes.
Councilman Schlack.
Yes.
Councilwoman Syke.
Yes.
And Councilman Valeris.
Yes.
The yeses have it. The resolution passes.
Thank you. And I have a motion to approve the minutes for our regular meeting of November 24th.
Motion, Valerius.
Motion by Valerius, second by Schlack.
Okay, Mayor, I have a motion by Councilman Valeris, supported by Councilman Schlack, to approve the minutes as presented for November 24th. Pro Tem Lally.
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd.
Yes.
Mayor McLeod.
Yes.
Councilman Schlack.
Yes.
Councilwoman Syke.
Yes.
Councilman Valerius.
Yes.
And Councilman Blevins.
Yes.
The yeses have it.
Thank you. Now we go on to organizational business.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and residents. I'm going to start off the first one is just to mention the decision that was just made in the study session regarding the purchase offers That meeting will be held as a special meeting on Tuesday, December 15th at 6 o'clock. That'll be a purchase offer meeting for the property at, I believe it's 16860 Southfield Road. The old 4-acre parcel will be held again December 15th, Tuesday, December 15th at 6 o'clock. Reason I mention that is I do see Greg online. I do see one of the purchase officers as well, a gentleman that made the purchase offer, just so they don't have to stick around for the entire meeting waiting for that. Again, that'll be on the 15th at 6 o'clock, and we'll get that notice out to Greg so he can get out to those individuals as well. I'm starting to feel like a broken record when I talk about this project. The DPS Director Murray was notified today that Wayne County will be opening the east side of the Allen Road Bridge within the next 2 weeks. I said that last 2 weeks ago. I feel like it's a broken record again, but they're saying that 2 weeks. They'd mentioned probably by the end of the year, so I was kind of maybe getting a little hopeful, I think. But they're waiting on the guardrails and to be installed and some pavement striping to be placed down. So hopefully that'll happen. Tom did talk to Elizabeth Taylor directly on this project at the DCC DPW meeting earlier today, and then she did confirm back with an email. So I do know it's the case that actually came from Elizabeth herself, and we are still very thankful. They're going to then do some work in the area during the winter time, and then maybe have to close down for about a week when they do a conversion over later in the springtime. But we're heading in the right direction. At least we'll get 2 lanes open here shortly. I'm hoping, babe. I'm hoping the next time I see everybody on this Zoom call, I can say it's open, but we'll see how that goes. DPS Director Murray was busy once again as well, receiving some notification late last week that the city received a grant to repair the northbound M39 service drive bridge over the North Branch of the Ecorse River. The grant is part of the state of Michigan's 2023 fiscal year and will cover 90% of the application estimate of $308,000. This grant was approved by this body back in April 28th of 2020. It seems so long ago, but back in the springtime, and we're very appreciative of that. As much as he was happy about having received the grant for this project here on this bridge, he was actually hoping it would come in for the Reek Bridge. So we're still hopeful on that one. That is still another application we have out there, but this will definitely help in keeping our infrastructure in good working order. Just a reminder, the curbside pickup of compost went on Friday. It's hard to believe that the whole season is now finished up, and we'll be looking forward to the spring here shortly. Bob Keaty's been working on the DPS facility. He gives us some updates. I try to send out some pictures to the entire council on a couple week basis. And today's pictures that he showed me, it's actually looking like a building. Everything is starting to get enclosed and really starting to take shape over there. So he reports back the brick contractor is nearly finished the brick that is part of the 8-foot high wall that goes around the entire storage portion of the building. They'll be working on the finished brick of the office area next week. So what they're planning on doing is putting the plastic tarps over their mechanisms, their scaffolding, and then they'll be able to get the brick out and get that done and be ready to go for the springtime and so forth. The side panel installation, they're hoping to be finished by Friday. That's where it's starting to make it look like the building because it's starting to get enclosed now. The roof over the office area, they're talking about installing that next week. And then the salt dome has been fully constructed. It is a pretty big structure. Talking to Bob today, Tom already has plans to maybe take one of the areas that he had set aside just for sand and maybe use it for sand and aggregate. So he's now seeing some other potential as he's able to see. It's one thing to visualize it on the paper and think about how big something is until you're actually out there and you realize, okay, this will work. This is a little bit more space than I've had in the past. So that's what I think is starting to occur now as we've, working to see what we have in reality now. The next edition of the Allen Park Today magazine is being fine-tuned and be ready for delivery next week. I have seen a sneak peek of that magazine, and once again, our department heads, they're amazing, and they've done another great job. One of the things that we've talked about having with this magazine is to get that personal interaction with the residents, and they've done that. There's a lot of quotes where they're actually making it part of the feel like you're talking to these department heads or their supervisors. In a lot of cases now it's the supervisor. I know Ed Can did the fire departments, Jim Thorburn's in there for the PD, and then Bill Miner and Matt Doreen talking about water loss and snow removal. And Chief Egan's talking about the accomplishments of some of the officers that he has with their education. It just really makes me feel pretty good. I looked at the neighboring communities last night when I got home. There was probably 2 articles about the community, and the rest of it was stuff I could have just pulled right off their website. That's not what we're looking for. We like that interaction, and I think this is another good product that is coming together. And I do have, I did put all your names back on there on the contact list. Don't be angry at me because I also used your pictures again. So if you didn't like the picture the first time, you're not going to like the picture this time. So, but we do have all that information back out there again. So everybody knows who the responsible parties are for this wonderful magazine. So we do appreciate the support we've received so far and going forth as well. A great project going on right now. We talked about it at the last meeting, and it is in full swing now. Is the Allen Park National Honor Society is hosting or has a Letters to Santa mailbox in the outer vestibule lobby of the City Hall. I'm not too sure what the response they've gotten so far, but I think they've done a really nice job of putting their box together and trying to do the best they can. I mentioned to them, I said, I probably need to talk to a craftsman that we may know that's on this call about possibly making a mailbox for the future. So the next time that councilman walks through City Hall, I may have to pull him aside and see if there's something we can work on for the future. I heard he made cabinetry back in the day. So
I think I heard him say no problem too.
oh, did he? Okay, I know it looks like he's frozen now, or he's just in complete shock that I'm asking about a project from him. So, but we'll talk to Councilman Lally and see. I heard he does some wonderful cabinetry. I was councilman, so maybe I can get you to help on a project in the future there. So
Not a problem at all. I even built the trophy case for the veterans if you want.
all right, we appreciate it.
Get painted, you let me know. Because I'm a detail.
I was just, as I pulled out my driveway, my neighbor has a one for their Christmas display, and I'm like, really, I could have borrowed that thing for a couple of weeks here, but I may get some measurements and see if we can get those over to Councilman and see if we can come up with something. And I know I talked to Jennifer, and one of the things it's here at City Hall because of the material they're using. They're just using a Rubbermaid box and they decorate it. Jennifer had mentioned the possibility of using the Pocket Park. And I think would be a great location, except that we need an outdoor worthy weatherproof structure. So if we can do that, maybe we can work with the DDA and get that out in the Pocket Park for next year. And I think this is going to be, they're looking to make this an annual event as well. So that's a nice annual event there. City Hall and the Police Records Bureau will be closed next Wednesday, December 16th for clerical cross training. We're just going to shut the City Hall down. It's just a little bit easier as we can then get the training accomplished without having to worry about trying to cover the window and different things while the staff is being trained on I think they're trained on the building department techniques first. And then we'll probably be back in January with a Treasury office training as well. So we're trying to get the cross training. I think that was one of the things that we were talked about as a need over the last couple of years. I know at least last year, and with the situations now with the pandemic, it kind of really hits home that we really need to make sure we have the cross training going on in case we have anybody out or just in general as it's busy and at certain times. And then the City Hall will be closed for the holidays. Again, we're going to be closed Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. That'll be the Thursday and the Friday, and then we'll be closed New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, also the Thursday and the Friday. And then just another announcement there that the meeting regarding the purchase offers that we received for the 4-acre parcel will be next Tuesday, December 15th at 6 o'clock. And we'll be doing that via Zoom, so we'll get that posted. And then I'll mail that information out directly to Greg to make sure that the purchase offer individuals are notified as well. we're going to be hosting a mandatory pre-bid meeting for the solid waste collection. We're hoping to do that on Thursday in person. With the new orders being extended, we're going to do that via Zoom. So we'll get that sent out to the participants as well. And I think everybody kind of knows it's kind of, when you see a meeting scheduled in person, it's kind of on hold until you actually know the day of, or the day of, or day before. So we're just we were playing that one by ear, but I did get that notice sent over to Mike and Jim, and we'll get that posted tomorrow on the BidNet website and our website, so the bidders will know on the trash collection. So, and that is all I have at this point.
Thanks,
Thank
Mark.
you, Mark. Does anybody have any, I think do the motion first. May I have a motion to accept and file the administrator's report?
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion by Mr. Lally,
Second, Valerius.
second by Mr. Valerius. Does anybody have any questions or comments on the report? If there are none,
Congratulations on keeping it under 2 pages, Mark. That's it.
That's right. It gets a little tough around now. So I think if I have 1 page next week, or 2 weeks from now, we might be stretching it.
okay, Mike, then I think we're good if you could take the roll call.
All right, motion by Lally, supported by Valerius for the organizational business. Shall this be adopted? Councilman Lloyd,
Yes.
Mayor McLeod,
Yes,
Councilman Schlack,
Yes.
Councilwoman Syke,
Yes.
Councilman Valerius,
Yes.
Councilman Blevins,
Yes.
and Pro Tem Lally.
Yes.
The yeses have it.
okay, we move on to the public comments, which I've highlighted. I shouldn't skip over that. We have anybody in the public who wants to comment?
Mayor, if we just ask them to raise their hand, I will bring them into the meeting and up to the podium. And I don't see anybody raising their hand. I don't see anybody raise their hand at all.
Okay, we'll close the public comment section and get on to the consent agenda. On tonight's consent agenda, we have purchasing actions, which are claims and accounts and the payroll report, and the finance actions, which are the November 2020 finance overview, budget to actual report, balance sheet, and cash flow. And I have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by Syke,
Second, Lloyd.
second by Lloyd. Take the roll call.
All right, I have a motion by Councilman Syke, supported by Councilman Lloyd. Shall we adopt the consent agenda? Mayor McLeod,
Yes,
Councilman Schlack,
Yes.
Councilman Syke,
Yes.
Councilman Valerius,
Yes.
Councilman Blevins,
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally,
Yes.
and Councilman Lloyd.
Yes.
The yeses have it.
thank you. Now we come to resolutions. Resolution 1 is to accept and file the fiscal year 2019 and 2020 audit performed by Plante Moran. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion by Tony Lally.
Motion by Lally,
Second, Valerius.
second by Valerius. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, if you'll take the roll call.
All right, I got a motion by Councilman Lally, supported by Councilman Valerius, to accept and file the 1920 fiscal year audit as performed by Plante Moran. Shall this pass? Councilman Schlack,
Yes.
Councilwoman Syke,
Yes.
Councilman Valerius,
Yes.
Councilman Blevins,
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally,
Yeah.
Councilman Lloyd,
Yes.
and Mayor McLeod.
Yes.
The yeses have it. The resolution passes.
Okay, resolution 2 is to approve the easement 5877-9685-5877-9756 between the city of Allen Park and DTE Electric Company, also known as DTE Energy, for a 60-foot wide easement located at the Allen Park DPS Facility on Outer Drive. I have a motion, please.
Motion.
Motion by Syke,
Second, Blevins.
second by Blevins. Questions? Anybody want to comment?
Bart,
Mark,
Bob in. Yeah, go ahead.
Does this easement go along the frontage or is this up the road that goes into the building?
I believe, I'm going to have, hopefully Bob will jump in here and be able to answer that, but I believe this goes from what I could see on the drawing and trying to understand it would go from they put a new pole in close to Outer Drive at the entranceway. It'll come along the side of those buildings that we have there, and then follow the road up to closer to our building and cross over to the building itself to where the transformer will be. And Bob is up. Bob, is that correct?
Yes, you're absolutely right. DTE put a new pole in at the front of the property. We trenched it and put the conduit in, and now DTE needs to run the line all the way down that conduit and connect to the new transformer for the new DPS building. So it's just customary that we give them an easement in case there has to be any repairs or work done on that line.
Very good.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, Mike, if you could take the roll call, please.
All right, I got a motion by Councilman Sykes, supported by Councilman Blevins to adopt the DTE easement as described on the agenda. Resolution passed. Councilman Sykes.
Yes.
Councilman Valerius.
Yes.
Councilman Blevins.
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally.
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd.
Yes.
Mayor McLeod.
Yes.
And Councilman Schlack.
Yes.
The yeses have it. The resolution passes.
Thank you. Resolution 3 is to approve the allocation of $55,000 from the Wayne County Parks millage for improvements to Kennedy Park and Gingerbread Park. May I have a motion?
Motion, Mayor.
Motion by Schlack,
Second.
second by Lally. Any questions?
I'm going to jump in here, and Pat might jump in as well, but I believe the Kennedy Park, as you recall, we did receive $183,000 from Wayne County Community Development Block Grant to do improvements at that park. That will cover a good portion. We are looking with some cost increases, about 2.5%. We may be a little short, so that where this money will come in play to cover those costs if necessary. I've also got a phone call in an email into Wayne County CDBG because we have had a lien payoff, and could we use that money to cover those costs? I'm waiting to hear back from them on that. The other part of the portion of that money would go towards Gingerbread Park, and I believe, if I'm Pat may be able to correct me, or Mayor McLeod, I believe APCCF will be submitting a grant application, so this would go to help with those costs that would cover whatever they do not receive to get that park up and running.
Yeah, I believe they're either submitting it today or tomorrow. They got the letters of support all came in and they were emailed to them, and I think Ray is going to email them in tomorrow. And just so you're aware of, APCCF got support letters from the surrounding communities that will have access to the gingerbread lot, and the mayors of Melvindale and Lincoln Park were kind enough to sign letters in support of that grant. So I think that's something that I view as very positive. And when things kind of settle down to normal, one of my intents was to see if we could involve our neighboring communities a little more in some of the dialogue that we have, because we all go through similar things, and there's probably some things that we could share and all benefit from. So
Gingerbread tot lot is on Morris at about Wall and Harlow, just east of Roger, east of, I think is between Roger and Lawrence, or between Roger and Lawrence, I believe. And then the Kennedy Park is over by Shenandoah, over actually by Rogers Elementary School. If you recall, before the Melknap School District was looking to do a property swap because they were planning on redoing that school over there. That's the same park here.
Yeah, that came before the previous mayor and council, and
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
yeah, it was quite extensive, and then they changed course, and then things went awry on them, but yeah. Okay, if there's no further questions, Charles?
So for Kennedy Park, it's going to be like another playground, or is it just, because I know they have one now that's kind of like Pretty Family Park and Sudman, like the playground itself. Is it going to be a second addition to it? And also, is it going to be built by the company again, just like Briar Rabbit, or is it going to be a volunteer thing like they've done in the past?
Well, as of right now, I think it would be built by the company. I don't see that as a community build, but that's a possibility that may be something that Pat would look into. What will happen at Kennedy is it's an addition to the existing structure area. It adds in sidewalks to make it ADA compliant because it's all grass up to the facility. So to have extend the sidewalk, the existing sidewalk from basically in front of Rogers Elementary south to the park itself, and then tie it in with the pavilion that's there, and then the entire surface will become the tiles, the safety tiles, like you have seen now at Humpty Dumpty and Briar Rabbit.
Okay, thank you.
And I think that's what one of Pat's goals is to try to get that into the parks. It's a nice safety feature. It's just a little pricey, but it is a great safety, and for maintenance as well.
I think, just to interject, I think that over the long haul, it may be a little pricier now, but when you consider how much you spend on mulch year after year after year, and other implications, and it doesn't afford the same, well, first of all, the accessibility. If you're going to have sidewalks to make it ADA accessible, it doesn't do you much good to be able to get to the playground area and then be unable to access it because you can't get your wheelchair through the mulch. So
yeah, now they do say the mulch is ADA compliant, but I agree. I think it's very difficult.
Try pushing
Exactly.
anything with wheels through it.
Exactly. And I think that's why we're better suited with the safety tiles. And I think Pat's made a great decision to head in that direction.
Any other questions, comments? If not, Mike, if you'll take the roll on this.
All right, there's a motion by Councilman Schlack, supported by Pro Tem Lally, to approve the resolution allocating the $55,000 from the Wayne County Parks millage. Shall this resolution pass? Councilman Valerius?
Yes.
Councilman Blevins?
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally?
Yes.
Pro Tem Lloyd, or Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.
Mayor McLeod?
Yes.
Councilman Schlack?
Yes.
And Councilman Syke?
Yes.
The yeses have it, the resolution passes.
Okay, we'll come to council comments. And this evening, Charles is our leadoff hitter.
All right. Try to go short and sweet. Don't want to waste everyone's time and all. But first off, I want to say happy Hanukkah to all the residents that celebrate it coming up soon. Secondly, we always talk about, like, we have a great team here, which is 100% true and stuff, but a great team of residents we have here with helping out during Thanksgiving, and wonderful. Like, there was a night where I drove around a couple hours looking at Christmas lights and all that stuff, and wonderful job around the whole city. I just applaud our residents of how wonderful they deck out. I hope we can keep each year with the historical house, library, DDA area, downtown, E-Course Road, everywhere. We can keep bring more to the table and stuff, like our residents. And I just want to say, stay safe and have a great night.
Thank you, Charles. Next up, we have Mr. Lally.
Oh, thank you. I want to thank you very much for having me tonight, hopefully for a long time yet. I just want to thank Plante Moran for doing an excellent job reporting the audit. And also, I want to really thank Mark Kibbe and his crew for supporting that, because if they didn't do a good job, Plante Moran would have done a good job. And I'll say that before. I says, if it wasn't for your crew, this report would have been as good as it was. Thank you, Mark, and your crew, the whole department. I definitely want to thank Jennifer Kibbe. I called her up and congratulated her on a beautiful job they did at the American Legion with all the veterans of the community. That was very, very nice. And I seen somebody that Matthew Walleris, he didn't have no beard at the time. Isn't that right, Matthew?
Quite a long time.
Something wrong with my computer or what?
No, you're good. You just froze up for a second,
Here
but
we
I
go
heard
again.
you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you very much for doing an excellent job on that wall. I guess there's more to come yet, more pictures they're going to put up.
Tony, you froze.
The Allen Park Citizen Civic Fund, working with the Helping Hero, is raffling off a donated assembly smoker worth $1,000. All proceeds will go to the Allen Park Police charities, such as Shop with the Hero, Honor Guards, K9, and Animal Rescues, and more. The raffle will be drawn live on the police Facebook page, on Facebook Live and Zoom on 12/22/2020 during the Allen Park Police Year and Review and Award Ceremony that starts at noon. So that's when the drawing's going to be for that smoker. That's a beautiful smoker. I got the picture here. It looks very nice. So get your ticket. The tickets are $20, I believe. Other than that, I want to say be safe. And thank you for all you guys do. And it's always nice to talk to everybody here. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Dan, you
All
got
right. Keep it short tonight. First, I know that this is the time of year where I start to get kind of a little bit stir crazy. It's winter. It's starting to get dark. So I just want to encourage everybody out there to be taking care of themselves. I know that this has been probably one of the most difficult winters that a lot of us have endured for a long time. But again, I think that this bears repeating. There's an end in sight here. So everyone just keep yourself healthy and keep pushing through, and hopefully we'll be on the other side of this shortly. Other than that, I do want to just give a quick plug. I know that the Allen Park Police and Fire are looking for families to sponsor for this Christmas. They're partnering up with Meijer, and they will be handing out gift cards in the Meijer parking lot, and then taking socially distanced pictures outside there, masks, everything. And then families can either go inside of the Meijer or they can shop online with the gift cards. But they are looking for families to sponsor. So if you are interested, or you know somebody that is interested in possibly being sponsored through Allen Park Police and Fire, contact the police and fire department. They'll put you in touch with the right people. That's of course the non-emergency numbers. Don't call 911 to do that. So, but that's I think that it's again, with the challenging time that we're all going through, I think it is really encouraging to see all the different events and things that our community is doing to support one another and to keep us going during these difficult times. So I'm very appreciative to everybody during this holiday season for supporting their neighbors and their community. So thank you very much, and I will see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, Dan. Pamela?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I don't have much to say tonight. Tony, I do offer my services as a detail painter if you want some assistance with that letters to Santa box next year. And I would just like to thank everyone for listening tonight. And I wish you all happy holidays. And I yield.
Thank you. Matthew?
All right, it seems like the theme is to keep it short and sweet, so I'll try my best. Didn't write anything, didn't prepare anything, but I figured I'd share a story with you. Monday morning, I got up, I had a fairly large amount of stuff. I still am going into my school, despite the fact that I don't have students, so I still go in every day to my classroom and do my work and Zoom in from my classroom. It's just a routine that I'm used to. I like being there. So I had a fairly large, I had my bag, I had a bunch of other stuff, and I'm not one to drink pop. And for some reason I stopped when I got gas and I bought a pop, and I didn't have any place to put it or carry it. So I bought a new jacket, new winter like down puff coat, on over the weekend, and I took that can of pop, and I put it in a pocket, and I'm walking into my my room, and all of a sudden I notice that my pants are all sopping wet. I reach into my brand new coat pocket, and it's filled with pop, and my keys are in there, all coated in pop. Well, apparently when I put the can of pop in there, a key was sticking up at the proper angle, and it the pop can. And so my new coat, is drenched in pop. My pants are drenched, and this is the start of my week. This is the start of my day. And I took the coat off. I stuck some paper towels in there to soak up the pop, and I guess it was telling me that I shouldn't have bought that pop. Pop's not good for you. I shouldn't be drinking it anyway. But I thought to myself, despite all this, I'm like, I wasn't in the best of moods after that. But I thought to myself, this is nothing. It's really small change. To have a can of pop explode in your new coat pocket and have all that happen to you. And I thought back because last week. I received the unfortunate news that when right before the Thanksgiving holiday, a parent that I worked with and he did a ton of work for Cabrini, the boosters, and everyone else. I taught all 5 of his children and was good friends with their family and everything else. Passed away suddenly at the age of 58. Just no prior health issues or anything, but passed away. So I offer my condolences and ask for your thoughts and prayers for Mark Misovich and his family, Nancy and his kids, Ben, Daniel, Elizabeth, Danielle, and Joseph, all of whom which I taught as students at Cabrini. So I also want to reiterate what Tony had said. I want to offer my thanks to Bob, Katie, and Amanda, all their hard work and efforts, and you too, Mark, for everything else. Like I said, no one likes to hear the word audit, no matter what level you're on, and to have a report from Plante Moran come back, saying that the city is operating within its means and doing a fairly good job to set themselves up for, what may be some tough times ahead with the pandemic and the results of everything else going on. So, that's reassuring for sure. And I extend my thanks to Bob and Amanda and you as well, Mark. I also would like to express my thanks and welcome back to Mike. We missed you last council meeting. Our thoughts and prayers were with you. We are saddened by the news that we heard, and we just want to know that we are thinking of you. But we're glad you're back. It's nice hearing your voice on a good microphone, not all scrambled. You're a member of the Beastie Boys or something like that, but we appreciate it. So with that, I just want to tell everyone that, as Dan said, just keep it going. I try to stay as positive as I can, despite, and I'm grabbing this from Charles. Try to stay as positive as I can, and looking forward to, here, I was watching the news, and when I got home, about the 91-year-old lady in the UK who was the very first recipient of the Pfizer vaccine for COVID. They actually showed her getting the shot, 91 years old, and it's happening, so it might seem like it still might be a long way away, with the shutdown being extended and us going through this during the holiday season. But what else do you have to look forward to then? And like Dan said, the possibility of an end in sight and some return to a new norm, with the vaccines and stuff that, hopefully are made available to those that need it the most, and then available to the rest of the population as well. So keep positive with that. And like I said, I don't mean to steal Charles' trademark phrase, but, I kind of have to rely on that. Charles tends to be a beacon of positivity, and I think that's infectious and needs to be infectious. We have to follow that lead as much as we can, especially during these times. So I look forward to seeing everyone, a week from now with the special council meeting. But have fun preparing for the holidays. Try your very best to, I guess, keep the spirit of the holidays. I even decorated my room. I set up a little Christmas tree, yet I'm the only one looking at it every time I go in there, but at least I see it there. It's lit. I plug it in every day. I unplug it when I leave. So, hey, it's the norm. I even took a picture of it and put it on my Google Classroom so I could show the kids, even though it'll probably be down before they come back to face-to-face instruction, but at least they know it was there. So, and with that, I yield my time. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you. Gary.
Well, first, I want to thank everyone for joining our meeting today, and I want to echo everything my fellow councilmen and women said tonight. I definitely want to echo, too, as what Charles said. I did take the leisure of walking around my neighborhood and seeing all the houses lit up. It just really puts you in the spirit. It just excites me so much to see, and I think it was earlier this year than I have remember in previous years. Maybe it was the weather we've had, or maybe it was the motivation of really getting in the chair after everything that's happened this year. But other than that, I want to tell everyone to keep focused, that the light is at the end of the tunnel. I can see it, and I'm sure everyone else can begin to see that light as well. So with that, God bless, and see you in 2 weeks, and
1 week.
have a great
1 week.
Oh, yeah, 1 week. Next week was a special meeting. So with that, I will see everyone in a week from now. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mike, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Just thank you all for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
Okay. I'll make this as brief as I can. I write things down because they come to me randomly. Just to comment on the audit. Actually, the audit is a good thing, because an audit is what reinforces to our residents that we are doing things the right way. You are fearful of an audit if you've been doing something you shouldn't be doing. Entities that don't have audits, you probably should be very suspect of. We have one annually, and even though it's a lot of work for everyone, you look forward to it because you want to know and reinforce that you're doing things right. And also it instills, I think, confidence in your residents to know that you are doing things right. So for that, we are thankful. Yesterday, of course, was December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. And for some reason, to me, it didn't seem as though it was getting as much press as it used to, but I think it's something that we should never ever forget in this country. And the American Legion banners that are now up, I think came out very timely. And I'm sure that there's pictures of a lot of men and women on those posters who served in World War II and subsequent wars. And we should never forget them. ones that perished and those who survived. I understand that as we head into the holidays, these restrictions are very frustrating to everyone, as they are to me. Anyone who's got family and friends you'd like to get together with. It is frustrating, but I think we can hold on a little longer. We don't want to sacrifice next year's celebration or 5-year celebration from now for this year. We want to make sure that we're here for the next decade or so, continuing to celebrate. We've learned to be creative and strong. I think Gary mentioning the lights, I do believe that people put up their lights to bring us some cheer. I've seen more of them. I saw them earlier, and I think it's working. For those of you who know Wade, our city dog, Wade has invited everybody to participate in a Christmas walk on Saturday, masks on, socially distanced. Apparently, we're going to meet up around Park and Champaign and walk down to White. So anybody who's interested in that. Basically, again, as we're going through this, remember to support your local businesses whenever you can. And also remember that this is a season of giving. So give your support in any way and manner that you can. Give understanding, and most of all, give love. And with that, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion, Mayor. Lloyd.
Motion by Lloyd,
Second.
second by Lally. Michael, take the roll.
All right, I got a motion by Councilman Lloyd, supported by Councilman Lally, to adjourn the meeting at 6:48. Shall this resolution pass? Councilman Blevins?
Yes.
Pro Tem Lally?
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.
Mayor McLeod?
Yes.
Councilman Schlack?
It's a little early getting out before 7, but we have to say yes.
Councilman Syke?
Yes.
And Councilman Valerius?
Yes.
We are adjourned.
6:48 p.m.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all. Have a great week.
you.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
Hey, Mark.
Bye,
Mark. Hey,
Yes, Councilman.
I'll come and see you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.